This arms race is being funded by depriving our public sector, by depriving our schools, by depriving our health sector of desperately needed investment, desperately needed capital investment. My name's Alex Gordon. I'm a railway worker, cheminot, from Britain. I'm former president of the National Union of Rail, Maritime and Transport Workers, the RMT, and I'm an anti-war peace activist in Britain, a member of the Stop the War campaign, Stop the War Coalition, and the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. So what we're seeing is a complete diversion of the world's economic resources into preparation for a world war. And some people have been saying for several years that a world war has already started. I mean, we have wars now in Ukraine, we have wars in Sudan, we have wars in, we have genocide in Gaza, we have wars in the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. There are wars happening all over the world, and there have been for 25 years. But what you can see with the latest announcement from Trump is that now the United States is in a period of fundamental crisis brought on by its decline as a hegemonic world power, and it's seeking to cling on to power, cling on to its primary role in the world economy by creating the basis for a global arms race and a world war. And this is coming at us very, very fast. Macron in France, Starmer in Britain, Merz in Germany are guilty men. They're guilty of appeasing a bully, guilty of appeasing an imperialist in Donald Trump, and they're creating the basis for a long-running civil war in Europe, not just in Ukraine, but in Europe itself, because history tells us one thing, which is that when Germany, France, and Britain rearm, the most likely outcome will be a war between Britain, Germany, and France. And we are looking at the basis now for another European world war, continental war. And this is something that people in my country and in your country need to fight against, expose it, resist it, stop it, because we need to get a better future than a future of war. Well, this is just an act of brazen, blatant, open imperialism. Trump has spoken of Venezuela's natural resources, its oil, its gold, its rare earth minerals. He's spoken of them as being commodities to be plundered. This is pure colonialism in its most undisguised form. This reminds me of the Berlin Congress of 1884, when the European great powers sat down and divided up Africa, raped Africa for their benefit, for their profits, in order to open up a new era of imperialism. This is what Trump is trying to do 150, 140 years later. It's unsustainable because the people of Latin America, the people of Venezuela, will not accept American colonialism. This act of colonialism will bring about a reaction from the peoples of Latin America and from the working class in the United States of America, which will overturn this corrupt strata of politicians, oligarchs and plutocrats that Trump represents, who are trying to rape the continent of South America for their own benefit. There's a very interesting and sharp debate taking place inside the trade union movement in Britain. For the past 3 years, the Trade Union Congress, which is the central policy body of the trade union movement in Britain, the Trade Union Congress has had a position, a policy of supporting increased state expenditure on the arms industry, which they argued would create jobs and would create growth, economic growth. Last September, at the Trade Union Congress conference in Brighton, we overturned that policy. And a majority of the trade unions in Britain won the position that we want wages, not war, that we want wages, not weapons, that we do not believe the myth, the fallacy, that spending money on the arms industry will create economic growth, will create good jobs, will create good futures for our children and for workers coming in the future. Most of these jobs, military jobs, jobs in the military procurement industry, are the most capital-intensive jobs you can possibly create. If you want to create employment, if you want to create good quality jobs, you need to spend money in the health sector, in education, in public transport, in renewing our infrastructure, in rebuilding our houses, in insulating the buildings that we live in. These are the civilian purposes which we need money in order to survive and thrive as a society in Britain, and it's probably the same in France as well. But spending money on missiles, tanks, bombs, this is dead money. This is not creating the means of production, it's creating the means of destruction. And the only use for a bomb is to blow up a human being or blow up a building. So once you've built it, and somebody's built a way to defend themselves against it, it's useless. You have to build another one. So the position that we've taken in Britain as a trade union movement is to turn our back on the argument that says we should fund the arms industry in order to win better jobs. We don't believe that. We've rejected it, and we're going to be taking that argument out beyond Britain to workers in France and Germany. This summer, we've got a conference that will be taking place in London on the 20th of June, in central London, in Westminster, an international anti-war meeting. There will be hundreds and hundreds of trade unionists there from Britain, and we invite our comrades from France, from Belgium, from Italy, Germany, Spain, all over the world to come and take part in that meeting and to exchange their views, their experiences with us. Because together we can build a worldwide movement against militarism, which is what is needed at the current time.
Generals gathered in their masses,